Hello students, welcome to your science class. So students, in the previous class in this chapter, that is motion, we had already discussed that of the different kind of methods, means the graphical representation of the equation of the motion, and that is v is equals to u plus at. Second one was s is equals to ut plus half at square. So these two, both of them we have seen with the help of the graph only. So we represent it with the help of the graph. Now we will move further and try to understand the third equation of motion with the help of the graph. So let us make the graph again, students, the graph that we had made yesterday. So what we have seen in the graph, so first one, that is, so here the graph will be what? So you see student, if this is the point and that is O, and at a particular distance, if this is what, this is A. So after traveling here, it is having the initial velocity, that is u, and then it becomes accelerated. It accelerated to this point, that is at B. If suppose this is up to B, so here the up to B, it will be what? It will be the final velocity. It will be the final velocity. Okay, now you see here, that is this. Now see here, this is what? This is A to B. Now this is what, student? This is for the time graph and this is the velocity. So here we will write it, this is C, and this one will be D, and this one will be E. Okay, basically what happened, this is what? This is the velocity time graph, students, in which you will find that an object which was having some initial velocity, then it reaches to A, and then from A to B it get accelerated. It shows the uniform acceleration, due to which you will find that there is a straight line is there. Okay. Now from B to C you will find up to when it reaches to B, it will be what? It will be the final velocity. So initial velocity just started from O itself. Since it is having some initial velocity, so we will say OA is representing the initial velocity and BC is representing the final velocity. Now before we go further and try to understand the third equation to derive V square is equals to U square plus 2AS with the help of the same, and that is the graphical method. So how can we solve this? Basically you can see here, that is, so here what are the things that we have understood, student? Basically you will find that at first we had derived the first equation of motion, that is v is equals to u plus at, and here with the help of the graph, with the help of the slope, that is representing the acceleration actually. So with the help of the acceleration we had find the first equation. The second equation, it is found, we know that the area which is covered under that of the slope, that will help in finding the distance traveled. Okay, so we have seen the triangle and that of the rectangle. When we add both of them, we will get the value of a distance here. Okay, now this is the first case by which we are able to get the value of the distance traveled. The second case, it can be seen like, okay, so distance again, students, it will be equals to area covered under the slope. Area covered under the slope. Now see, so area which is covered under that of the slope. So one of that, other one is the area of trapezium. So this OABC is the area which is covered under the slope, students. So that will be equals to, that distance will be equals to, we can say here, that is area of trapezium. Area of trapezium. Which trapezium? OABC. Area of trapezium, that is OABC, is the distance travelled by it. Now, we know that if we talk about the distance travelled, so here, or if we talk about the area of trapezium, so area of trapezium is basically what? That is equals to sum of the parallel line into height divided by 2. So sum of the parallel side of parallel sides into height divided by 2. Sum of parallel side into height divided by 2. This is what? This is the area of trapezium. Now what we will do here, we will simply put this value to the distance. Now before we go, let me tell you here one thing. That is, what are the parallel side? What is the height here? So you can see here, now distance, which is what? Represented by S. It will be equals to sum of parallel side into height, because distance was equals to area of the trapezium of OABC. And we know the formula of area of trapezium, that is equals to sum of parallel side into height, students. Now you see here, distance S is equals to OABC. OABC. Now, what are the two parallel sides? OA and BC. These two are what? These are the parallel sides. So, OA plus BC. These are the parallel sides. Into height is OC upon 2. OA plus BC into OC divided by 2, that is equals to distance travelled. Okay. Okay. Now this S will be equals to OA. What is OA, student? That is U plus BC. BC is what? That is V. So U plus V into OC is what? That is equals to time, which is T, divided by 2. Okay. Now this is the equation that we made. Now what we will do here, students, we know that now to get this equation, V square is equal to U square plus 2AS, you can see here that in this equation there is no T. Time is not there. Only distance is there, initial velocity is there, and final velocity is there. So it is really important for us, in order to remove the final velocity, initial velocity, remove that of the time. Okay, and we will leave the initial, final and the acceleration here itself. You can see here that to remove T, we will use the first equation of motion. So we all knew that according to first equation of motion, students, V is equals to U plus AT, or we can write it V minus U is equals to AT, or we can also write it t, this t is equals to v minus u upon a, right? At will be equals to v minus u, or t will be equals to v minus u upon a. Now what we will do, suppose this is the first equation, so this will be the second one. So we will put the value of a t from the second to that of the first. Okay, here what we are doing actually, students, actually we are removing the time from that of the equation that we got it, that is u plus v into t upon 2. This equation we got it from that of the area of trapezium. So we have to remove the t. For that we had used the first equation of motion, which says that v is equals to u plus at, or v minus u is equals to at, or t is equals to v minus u upon a. Now putting the value here, I am rubbing it so that I can write it again. So again we can put the value here. S is equals to u plus v upon 2 into t is given. T is v minus u upon a. Upon a. Okay. Now this will be equals to what? This will be equals to 2a. Okay. This will be equals to 2a. Now we know the formula, student, and that is a plus b, a minus b. A plus b, a minus b is equals to a square minus b square. A plus b, a minus b is equals to a square minus b square. S is equals to u plus v. We can also write it as a v plus u, v minus u upon 2a, or S is equals to v square minus u square upon 2a. Right? You can see how I am doing that. And finally, we can write it, that is, this 2a will comes to this side and it will become 2as is equals to v square minus u square, or v square is equals to this minus u square will comes to this side and it will become u square plus 2as. This is what, student, this is third equation of motion. Third equation of motion. So you have seen that we can derive the second equation of motion or the third equation of motion with the help of the trapezium. By finding the area of the trapezium, it will be easy for us to find it. Okay? Moving on. So I hope you have understood here few things, students. So the first thing, that is, it is we can derive the first, second, third equation easily, either as it is with the help of a different equations, or with the help of the graph. Question can be asked the graphical representation, so you have to solve it with the help of the graph. By using the graph, you have to derive the any of the three of the equation, whatever it will be asked for. Now we have understood here the third equation of motion, students. Now let us move on and see uniform circular motion. Uniform circular motion. Uniform circular motion, students. So First of all, before we go and understand the term uniform circular motion, we should know the meaning of a circular motion. What is a circular motion? When a body is moving in a circle, that is called as the circular motion. So, when a body moves in circle is called circular motion. Is called the circular motion. So, before we go further and try to understand other things, okay, let me tell you, an athlete is there who is moving in a park and the park is a square. So at first he went up to here in this direction and then he changes the direction and then again he changes the direction and finally he changes the direction and reaches to the first position. Then if we have taken another kind of a park, so here what happened, it is kind of a pentagon. So it will be like this. So a boy is moving in this pentagon park started from this point, that is A, then B, then C, then D and then E. So at first from A to B, then B to C, then C to D, then E to D to E and then E to A. So how much difference is there in between these two? So here it has to turn 4 times and here it has to turn for 5 times. 4 times and 5 times. Then what happened? He start moving in a park that is having the 6 turns. So at first he started from here and finally he reaches here. If we will change it again, so this time it will become heptagon like this. And again if we go further, so it is having 7 turns. And again if we go further, it will be like this, students. Right? This will be 8 turns. So every time, whenever we are changing, every time what happened, whenever we are changing the shape, then it is changing its direction continuously. So likewise, what kind of a change which we are doing in this shape, students? At first it was square, then it become pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, then octagon. So we are converting this square into a circle. It means if we talk about a circle, so in a circle there are numerous turns are there. A body which is moving in a circle is continuously changing the direction. Right? It is continuously changing the direction here, students. So we can say that, okay, the body is moving. It is started from a point and reaches to the another point, reaches to the same point again. But since it is keeps on changing the direction continuously, so the kind of motion, we will say that the body is actually accelerating because of the change in the direction here. We know that whenever there is a change in direction, if a body is moving with a certain velocity and it is changing the direction continuously, it will never show uniform velocity, but yes, it will show an acceleration. The body keeps on accelerating, and that kind of a motion in which on an object which is moving or which is in a circle, that particular circular motion, that will be always it will always accelerated, that will be always uniform. Okay, so we can write it that is, when a body moves along a circular path, when a body moves along a circular path, then its direction, of motion, then its direction of motion keeps on changing continuously. Keeps on changing continuously. So since the velocity, what happened due to the change in the direction? The velocity changes. So the velocity changes. So the velocity, it changes. And since the velocity changes, so it keeps on accelerating. So we can say that it keeps on accelerating. Okay. Now we can say here that when a body is moving with a uniform motion in a circular motion, that we will call as a uniform circular motion. We can write it that when a body moves in a circular path, with uniform speed, changing the direction continuously, its motion is called uniform circular motion. Okay, so if a body is moving in a circle, here this is what, if suppose a person is there who is standing in the center and he has taken a stone and he bind that of the stone with the help of a rope, students, or with the help of a thread. Now he used that one end of the thread and keeps on rotating in a circle that of the stone. Then what happened? It will continuously move in a circle, and that kind of a motion is what? That will be the uniform circular motion. So here he is standing and he has taken the thread is here, the stone is here, so he is continuously moving, continuously rotating the stone, due to which there is a change in the direction happens. And as the change in the direction happens, students, so we know that change in the direction will also help in giving the value to that of the velocity, because velocity keeps on changing. If the direction changes, so velocity also changes, and when the velocity changes, we will say that the body is accelerating. So here the kind of a circular motion that we will get because of the body which is moving in a circle will be a uniform circular motion. Although for moving that of the object particular in a circular path, we need a force. So that force is which is acting towards that of the center, it is called as the centripetal force. Many times this force is asked, student, that what do we understand by centripetal force? Basically this is the force which acts towards the center. Okay, so many you see that many times the kids, they used to, not the kids, even you have heard about a lot of games in which the people, they use their motorbike or their cycles and they used to rotate in a circle, okay, around a particular area. So if they are continuously moving in a circular motion, why they are not they do not get fall down? It is because a force is there. They are actually exerting a centripetal force, and another force is also there which is exerted by the center towards that of the edge, which is called as centrifugal force. So these two forces that will help in balancing that of the cycle, so by which a person do not fall down. Now let us see that what are the different examples of the uniform circular motion. There are lot more examples are there of uniform circular motion. This is the last topic of this chapter, student, that is uniform circular motion. Although I just want to tell you one thing, that we haven't done a lot of numericals, that we will do in the next class. Till that, we will continue and complete this uniform circular motion. It is important to understand the concept and then we will move to the numerical section. So the first example is, students, that artificial satellite. Artificial satellite. Artificial satellite moves in uniform circular motion. Uniform circular motion around the earth. Around the earth. Next one is moon, natural satellite also. Moon is a natural satellite, also moves around the circular path, showing uniform circular motion around the earth. We can see here, student, either it is an artificial satellite. You all know that the artificial satellites, they also rotate around that of the earth. It is really not important that they are rotating around the earth. You have heard about that. There are a lot of satellites which has been sent to the other celestial bodies, including Mars also, which is also a kind of a planet that will help in detecting and giving the information regarding the planet or that of the celestial body. So they basically used to revolve in a circular motion. Actually, they used to move on their orbit, and that orbit is what? On which that the particular object moves around that of the planet. So we can say, simply we have to understand it here, that is the artificial satellite, they also moves. If we take an example of Earth, so they are moving around the Earth in a uniform circular motion. So that will also help in giving an example that how that artificial satellite shows the uniform circular motion. Now, is only the artificial satellite? You know that, students, that the artificial satellite concept came from that of the natural satellite. So although there is only one natural satellite on the earth, you know that there are a lot more natural satellites on the other planet. So if we are talking simply about that of the moon, which is our natural satellite, which is the only natural satellite present around that of the earth, it used to rotate. We know that they used to revolve around that of the earth orbit. So we can say that the natural satellite moon also shows the uniform circular path in a uniform circular path, or that also shows a uniform circular motion, students. So these are the two examples, that is artificial satellite and the natural satellite, which is part of that of the part of that of the which used to rotate around that of the earth. Either it can be artificial or natural one.